This did incredible for the 100. It did start off really bad, as you can see, really horrible. Spiked up, kind of consolidated again, kind of like how it did in the beginning, and then it ended up just like going back up. Hi everyone, welcome back to Code for Traders. This is a new week, meaning new strategy. Today's strategy will actually be the ORB strategy. You may be very familiar with it. It's a very popular strategy. The way the strategy works, it is a very popular strategy, so you may already know how it works. Pretty much what you are doing is you're gonna take the range, let me do it like this. You're gonna take the range from the 930 candle. This is for the New York Open. You take the high of the 9 and then you go all the way to the 945 and take its low. And what you would do is you would draw a line for the high and a line for the low. And whenever the price breaks through them and closes, you take the entry. That is the normal ORB strategy, opening range breakout strategy. That's what that means. For today's video, I'm doing something very similar, but instead of using the 930 and the 945, I'm using the 10 and 1030 and 1045. So the 10 o'clock is this one, the 1030 is right here, and then the 940 and the 1045 is here. So the range between the two would be this right here. So that's what I am playing with today. The other thing that I'm adding is 1,000 moving average. So the point of the 1,000 moving average that I'm adding is to filter out and give you the trend ahead of time. Meaning only shorts when the price is below the SMA and only longs when the price is above the SMA. If you scroll out, as you can see, whenever the price is below the SMA, even though the ORB or the ORB strategy breaks to the upside, it tends to not pull that much and go down at the end. So that's why the way I did this strategy, it performs a lot better if you follow that actual SMA. So let me show you the example of the actual trade. This indicator actually as well, I created this indicator to help with this backtesting. This will show you the high of the 1030 and the low of the 1045 and just go across. So you can kind of see it and it makes your life a lot easier. So let me show you an example of a short. Here's the range. The price first broke fully. It did break it right there. I mean, it's hard to see it. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see it better. As you can see, it closed right under. That will be the trade. Take the stop loss would be right at the other high. Some people also do it like in the middle line. If you would prefer, you can do the middle. But I like to do it at the opposite end. And like I do in all my videos, 1.5. You can do 1.5, you can do 2, you can do half, right? You can do 0.5, you can do that as well if you want like more frequency and more wins. But I like to do 1.5. That's 151, but you know, still, that still counts. So there you go. So that's one win. But as you can see, the first thing it did, it broke to the top side. But like I said, you're not going based off the first break. You're going based off the first break in the direction of the SMA. So this was invalid. This was a first trade. So let's go to the next one. Okay, here's another good example for sure. Here's the actual high. So let me just draw it out so you guys can see it. Let's see the 10 o'clock, the 1030. Here's the 1030. Here's the current high and the current low. So let's see, 45. Okay, so here's the close. So here is the high of the 45 and here. So there you go. So that is the high of that range, which matches perfectly here. So again, first thing it did, it broke to the top side. We're not worrying about the top side. We're worrying about the downside because the price is below the SMA. So the entry would be right here. Entry would be right there. Stop loss at the other end and 1.5. There you go, perfect win. You should get one of these trades at least once a day. I only have it where it's only once a day. You can do more if you want. You can add some other rules to it. Again, if you want, like you wanted to come back, retest this break, all up to you. But what I'm testing right now is exactly what I showed here. Let me see if I can find a good long example. Here's a good long example. The price is above the SMA, as you can see way down here. But if I zoom in, I can clean this up. Here, this will be the first break. Let me put this at the other end, and then 1.5. If you guys want to see again the box, here is the 1030, 45, the 40. This is technically the close of the 45. No, this is the open of the 45. It technically is at the end of this one. So here you go. So then the high, low, here. Enter here, 1.5. Very simple, very straightforward. Cannot go wrong with this. And it happens every single day at the same exact time. The other thing I have as well is I would not take any trades after 3 o'clock. After 3, I will not be taking any trades. Because then after that, I mean, really, it's after like 2. Just to avoid that 3 p.m. like giant move that happens a lot of the times. It's not happening right now, but a lot of the times. What I have here, as I show in every single 100 testing video, is a small app I created to actually trade manually. So you guys can see the results over time, what the win rate is, the profit and loss, the trades. I currently use a 100K account that can be changed if needed. And for every 1,000 I risk, I'm making 1,500 because I do 1.5. So whenever I click win, it goes up by 15. If I click loss, it goes down by 1,000. Right, perfect. So I will do the 100 test now and come back when I'm done. One thing I forgot to say is the best time frame to trade this I've noticed is the 5-minute time frame. You can do it more, you can do it less, but the best result that I've seen was on the 5-minute. And on S&P was really great, gold was pretty good, and NASDAQ was also really good. So those are the 3 I normally try this on. But if you were to test it, I'll recommend those specific settings. I will put it in the description if you guys are more curious. But yes, like I said, I'll come back once the 100 trades are completed. Okay, so this did incredible for the 100. It did start off really bad, as you can see, really horrible. Spiked up, kind of consolidated again, kind of like how it did in the beginning. And then it ended up just like going back up. So if you do have an account large enough to handle kind of the drawdown that it has, you could make a lot with 52% win rate. You can't go wrong with it, but it took me an eternity and a half to finish this live testing. I deserve a like and sub just for that alone. But the strategy works really, really well. It's kind of almost brain dead in a way. So you'll see on Wednesday's video, we actually created the trading code for this. It does perform very well, like how the manual trading does, but you know, you have a lot more you can test all at once. But overall, great strategy. I have very little things to say about it. But yeah, if you guys enjoy it, like I said, I will have it in the Etsy store if you guys are interested in buying it. And if you just want to try it out yourself, you can try it there as well. Thank you again for joining me today. I will see you again on Wednesday's video, the trading view version of this, and maybe Friday's video for the automated Ninja Trader version of this. Either way, thank you again for coming. I'll see you again on Wednesday.